So it's Saturday 30th of May and I'm about to head off to get the ferry from the Isle of Wight to Southampton, and I'm on my way to Iceland, going to the Eurotunnel first, or Le Châtel as it's now called, and then heading up to the north of Denmark to Hirtshals to get the ferry to Iceland. And I'm very lucky as I'm going to Iceland for a whole month with my van, and we'll be back on the Isle of Wight on the 30th of June. I'm going to do several sections of videos as I go. The first one will be my trip from the Isle of Wight to Hirtshals. Then I will do a video about the ferry crossing itself, and then I'll post some videos of Iceland as I'm going around. Hope you enjoy. Like and subscribe if you do. Thanks very much. So here we are, we have arrived at the tunnel. It's a beautiful sunny day. The drive was uneventful, which is always a bonus. We had no problems whatsoever. Traffic ran smoothly all the way. I left the island at 9:30 and it's now just after 2 o'clock. So I'm just going to go and use the facilities. I did get a Flexi Plus ticket because I could use my Avios for that. So that gives me the flexibility to arrive when I like, but you also get to use the lounge so you can stock up on some food before you go. So it is now 9:45 in the evening and I've made it to Holland, and I'm staying in this little spot for tonight. It's €10. There's an app that you use to pay to park, but it's a lovely quiet little spot. Lots of locals coming down here for walks. Got the sea all around us. Yeah, I think this will do for the evening. I will see you in the morning. So we've woken up to a beautiful morning here in northern Holland. Looks like it's going to be another beautiful day. We had a really nice night's sleep. It's a really quiet spot. As you can see, I was the only one here last night. But yeah, a very nice stop. I'll put the full details of where we stayed in the comments below, but we found this site using Park for the night, which worked really well. Very impressed with the mapping on it. You just click itinerary, it added it to Google Maps, and then I uploaded that to my sat nav, and then that brought me straight here. And this is where we are, Zuiderstrand den Over. I don't know how that sounded to Dutch people. I apologise in advance for the terrible pronunciation, and I don't really know why I went into an accent, but there you go. But there's the sea, little natural harbour here, marina over there. So I've arrived in Flensburg, which is my overnight stop. I got here earlier about 3 o'clock. This city park site is a free RV site. It's linked into the city park shopping centre. When I got here it was quite full already, I guess about 50%. It takes about 50 vans, and as I say, it's free for the night, and they've got water and a waste. But in the last couple of hours it's now got completely full of vans, and there's only a couple of spaces left. So it just goes to show how popular it is. And it's I'll say it's right in the centre of Flensburg, so it's quite handy for the shops. It has got a waste site where you can get water. You put €1 in the machine and it gives you somewhere between 80 and 100 litres of water. There's bins for getting rid of rubbish, which is always handy. You've got just about every make and model of motorhome here that you can imagine, from the very large to the very small, mainly German, which isn't as a surprise as we're in Germany, but there's a Belgian Chausson there. You've got a British Rapido there. You've got a Spanish van. So you know, good mix of people here. But as I say, it's a lovely evening. It's been overcast most of the day, and I have to say this is probably the best bit of the day. You're not allowed to put awnings out or have barbecues here, which isn't a surprise, but they don't seem too bothered about you putting chairs out and enjoying the sun. This back bit technically is for car parking, but apparently they don't police it. So if the actual motorhome bit is full, you can park across the bays here, as long as you're gone by the morning. There is a so So we've made it to Hirtshals. It's a lovely sunny afternoon. It's a beautiful place. I've got to the campsite tonight. I'm staying on a proper campsite with hookup and all the usual luxuries. But these are the famous sand dunes of Hirtshals, which go on for miles and miles and miles. I don't know if you'll be able to hear me over the wind. That is the North Sea out there, and then over in that direction somewhere is the Faroe Islands, and then Iceland, and that's where we're going tomorrow. So all in all, pretty exciting stuff. I must say I pinched myself when I drove in and saw the Hirtshals sign. Couldn't really quite believe that I was here after all the planning I've been doing. And a bit later on I'll show you the route I've taken to get here, and a little bit of the planning that I've done. But for now I'm going to go and cycle on just to check my route for the morning from the campsite to the port. It's not very far, it's only about 5-10 minute drive, but just in case I oversleep, I want to check that I know where I'm going. But anyway, that's it for now. I'll chat to you later. Goodbye.